Hello and welcome to the Art of Selling Online Courses. The goal of this podcast is to share winning strategies and secret hacks from top performers in the online course industry. My name is John Ainsworth and today's guest is David Belliveau, co-founder and lead instructor at Paintable. Digital nomad, globetrotter and ice cream addict. David's a self-taught digital artist and entrepreneur specializing in illustrations and realistic portraiture. And when he's not painting for clients, he spends most of his time teaching others. In 2015, he co-founded Paintable, an online art school built to empower budding artists around the world. And over the years, he's been fortunate enough to teach thousands of students. Before we start learning from David, I want to mention our sponsor. The Art of Selling Online Courses is brought to you thanks to my company, Data Driven Marketing. We help online course creators to increase their online course revenue by 20 to 100% through strategic funnel optimization. We help you convert more visitors into leads, more leads into sales, and sales into bigger sales through email marketing, webinars, tripwire funnels, and more. Go to datadrivenmarketing.co/calculator to find out how much more you could be making from your courses with the ideal funnel. David, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're a digital artist and you're selling courses about that. How did you get started in that? What was the beginning for you?
Okay. Well, the long story is I've been a graphic designer for 10 years and I was just not happy with what I was doing. And I was living in Montreal at the time. For some reason, I wanted to travel. So I went to Berlin and I decided to not only go to Berlin, but switch career and become an illustrator. And at the time, I didn't know if I would teach. I just wanted to just switch career basically and have something a little bit more creative. And I met some people. One of them was Fabian Reinhardt, become a great friend and the co-founder. And we started with basically just me creating a course to teach online with one course only. And it really started just to that first one course and then to another course and another course. And just, yeah, with the years now, it's been a little bit more than 5 years that we are in business. And yeah, it's been a pretty awesome journey so far.
Nice, cool. So in those different courses, what are you teaching people about? Obviously, it's to do with illustration, but is it wider than that? What kind of things are you teaching people?
Yes, it is wider than that. What we're trying to do is to really empower the people that wants to make a career out of it or reach what we call a professional level in illustration. And we're trying to really build a clear learning path to make sure that basically if you have no talent, you don't know anything about digital painting, about art in general, you can start with us and we'll bring you there. And if you are a little bit more intermediate, you already have some stuff, you also have your place into it. We're trying to basically make sure that people don't get lost. Lots of people learn online digital art over Facebook, over YouTube, over also social media mixed together. So what we're trying to do is to really build a learning path that have specific steps to make sure that you never get lost or overwhelmed with exercises, a community attached to it. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much what we're doing in a nutshell.
Cool. And anyone listening should go check out. It's paintable.cc. Some of these paintings on there are amazing, like the stuff from David, but then all the stuff from your students as well. I just sometimes go and have a little look through. I'm like, this stuff's cool, man. It's great.
Yeah, art is definitely fun.
So you've been going for about 5 years. Are you happy to share with people your revenue figures or number of customers or anything to kind of give people an idea of the scale of where you're at so far?
I won't go to the details to the income, no, but what I can say for sure is that I learned a lot on that journey. And with everything that I've been learning one step at a time, we've been able to double our income every year. So it's been the 5th year. And once again, we just finished the year right now. We're in February and we doubled last year once again. So I'm hoping to be able to do it again this year, but there's some work to do before I get there, I guess.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Fantastic.
Thanks.
So what works for you in terms of driving traffic? How are you getting visitors to your website?
Okay, so first of all, it's a teamwork. A full-time social media expert that really helps me. She's doing an amazing job. So we have all, obviously, social medias are attached. And what we're doing, our main strategy is to have lead magnets, basically. So when it comes to digital illustration, brushes is one of the easiest lead magnet and most popular lead magnet to have. So people like to download brushes to paint with them. And so we collect email from there. So our email list grows because of this. And we place our lead magnet on our blog where we can obviously promote our own material. but also over Pinterest, which is a great social media to get leads from. Obviously, Instagram, we're very image-based, so Instagram works well for us. We have a group on Facebook where we do events. There's 84,000 people at this point, but Facebook algorithm doesn't help us to actually contact those people. So it's basically just 84 people that I can't really reach at the moment. So what I'm trying right now, the diamond in the rough, which I'm hoping to have, is I'm opening a Discord server right now, which gives me basically a direct conversation with my students. It's basically almost like a mailing list where Facebook, you're going to post something and maybe some people will see it based on the interaction that that post has at the very moment you post it. On Discord, no matter what, whatever I put in there, people will be able to read it because they're going to have a notification and have basically direct access to it. So that's what I'm trying right now. That's pretty much how our funnels are doing. We're doing also Facebook ads. Definitely works, especially when we're doing launches, having a couple of weeks of precise Facebook ads that we usually do towards a free event, a free challenge. So we give free value from the start. And then within the 2 weeks of the launch, we go towards a workshop towards selling the product that we're trying to sell. And that's pretty much what we're doing for acquisitions of leads and our marketing in general.
And you guys do with your Facebook group, you do something that's really smart, I think. You've got a point as people are signing up to the group, there's like a few questions when they first apply to join the group. And one of those is, I think something like, do you want access to some of our free resources or to the brushes or something like that? And if they say yes, they put in their email address. So you're kind of using that to build up your email list as well. I love that.
Yeah, definitely. And in the Discord server, we're doing the same thing now. And what we did is we created a free bundle where people can simply have a free brushes and a free course. And in exchange, they give us our email. So we created a landing page. So they just have to go there. They get their free material, we get their email. And from there, they're on our mailing list. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So you mentioned about the launches, and you do launches beautifully well. You've just got this amazing system. Can you tell people what the course is that you are selling when you're doing the launches?
Yeah, once again, I cannot take all the credit. It was a huge teamwork, both with my previous business partner and my team. But yeah, we're doing pretty great. We did 2 last year. And just with those 2 launches, we were able to do half our year income. So that was really, really cool. What's your question again?
What was the course that you're selling through this launch?
Yeah, right. So the course itself is Illustration for Imagination. And basically, it's a 6 weeks program where we teach our students how to create an image, an illustration, a poster, 100% from imagination. And so they get feedback on a weekly basis. They get the modules that build upon each other. They have the community that comes with it. And it's been really like our biggest product, most popular product to this day. And I'm trying to actually learn the magic formula to apply this to the membership, because we have a membership and we have the Illustration for Imagination that are basically 2 products that lives in parallel within Paintable.
Are you thinking about doing launches for the membership as well then? Is that how you mean?
No, what I'm trying to do is to replicate the formula of painting from imagination, but having it on the membership website. Because right now the membership website is going well, but I would like to have is to double the income from the membership website by using the strategy that we've been using on those launches and have this as a passive income. Because the launches are very work intensive. There's the launch, the sequence behind it, all of the feedback and all that. So if I can take that and make it like passive income, then I'll be able to create new projects later on that I'm really excited that I want to start. But I cannot do it because I still have to launch a few times a year to basically get the income that I would like to have at the company.
Got it. So during those launches, you mentioned that you've got the challenge is the first thing. So I guess you're promoting that to your email list. You've got Facebook ads going into it as well. People go through the challenge. How does the challenge work? A week, is it? Or how long does that last?
Yeah, the challenge is called a 1-week portrait, and it's basically like a mini illustration for imagination, but for just a portrait. And so what I have is every day they get a video. They learn a specific thing about portraiture, and they finish a portrait of their own from a reference picture. And people love this challenge. It's been also about 4 or 5 years I've been running it. And I think the last time we had 15,000 people participating to the challenge. So it's getting popular. So this is definitely one of those pieces I'm trying to implement to the membership website. I want to create this year an automated email sequence, basically an email course that it would get over a few days, like we're doing for this, but this time on automation. So it would just, as soon as someone sign up, get our lead magnet, the brushes that they're downloading, they get our email, they get on that sequence, they get free value, they get that free courses. And I'm hoping that with this, it will bring them to become clients.
Nice. Cool. So someone goes through the challenge, you have that for the week, and then you mentioned there's workshops next. How does that work?
Yeah, so what I'm doing in the launch, I'm making sure that they see me because I'm very much the face of the brand. So during the launch, every day I'm going online to give about an hour of feedback on the work they're doing on that day. So that's pre-launch, that's pre-workshop. So I'm doing that just so they have that connection with me. They ask me questions, they see me, that's all great. The week after that, I'm having another series of live, but this time based on a course that we basically mimic for our launch from Maria Cause. She's a marketer with a very amazing sequence on how to launch. And her magic touch is to have certain questions placed at a certain time to answer basically the false belief that your clients will have, thinking that they're not good enough, they'll never get good enough, whatever they have in their head, to break those down. So I'm having specific workshops or mini workshops of like 15 minutes during that week, inviting them every day to the big workshop that comes on the Sunday at the end of the week where I do my pitch. So that's, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I do.
Nice. And then the one where you're doing the pitch, what are you teaching people on that? What's the hook to get them onto that webinar?
It's called which one is this one? Because we have two. We have the 7-step webinar and this one. I'm having a blank right now. I believe we teach them how to build a portfolio and create illustration from imagination, but within the webinar. And obviously, we are following another system for webinars. It's a Russell Brunson system, where basically what you're doing in the webinar is to show them how they can get there. But at the end of the webinar, the answer to making all of that easier is your product. So basically, we're going through a few minutes of presentation of me, who I am, where I come from, why you should listen to me. And then we go to basically giving them tips on how to get a better portfolio, how to get better imagery, how to get people to see their stuff. And one of the tips, for example, is to create exercises for them, because exercises really helps you to learn something specific, get some momentum, some progress, have that win effect. So exercises are very important, but they are time consuming when it comes to being an artist. So at the end of the workshop, obviously, we're presenting the membership and the exercise is already there. So that's how it goes.
Nice. Yeah, one of the most important things we find with webinars, and I guess all kinds of marketing, but webinars that you see it the most clearly, is that there's a flow. That it's that you start with what is the offer that you want somebody to get, and you work backwards into, okay, what do you need them to think or feel or believe in order to then that product just be the perfect next step. It's not just about teach someone something useful, then make a pitch. It's like, what can you teach people? How can you change their beliefs to set them up so that when you show them the offer, they're like, that's what I need. I need that. That's exactly right. And that's what you've done really beautifully here. So you've got the course, it's got the exercises in. So you've worked back and gone, right, we'll teach people why exercises are important. And then they're like, oh, but how am I going to do that? Get our course. And the whole thing kind of flows from there.
Yeah, marketing is awesome. I mean, marketing is a lot of psychology when you think about it. And when I started the business, I was not into marketing at all. But after a few years of learning about it, you get just more passionate, I guess, about it. And then it becomes a really nice journey because I'm very much an artist and I love to draw and I love to teach. But now I'm becoming also a business owner. And so that marketing part of convincing people to buy a product really grow on me. And now I'm seeing it more as a responsibility when you think about it, of you want people to get better at art. So you need to get better at selling them your products so they can get better at art. So it's a nice combo.
Yeah, I love it. What things have you found along the way have changed as you've kind of managed to double every year and you've grown in revenue? Like you've got a team now. This is something that people are always asking us to talk to more advanced online course creators about. What have been some of the kind of stepping stones or the milestones along the way that you've seen?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to think about it for a second. But the things that changed for Paintable itself, I think it was just the mindset of growth for what I know of me. Because when I started, it was just one little class, and it was more like let's put that and see how we can make a few bucks out of it. And now I'm seeing my business as being more like an ecosystem where I'm like, all right, I'm going to build a base, and on that base, then I can have other projects growing up. So that was for me the biggest change in terms of like the market. For me, also, I had a lot more artists creating their own little business. So a lot more competition came in with the 5 years. YouTubers have become one of my competition as well. There's a lot of artists that they're doing literally millions as YouTubers because they created not only a way to teach, but a way to entertain. And it's to learn from them and to keep the direction that I want, because I really want to create a product that will help people to get better and not just entertain them. So it's learning about all of those things and seeing the market change. Those were a change for me when I was doing the business, but I'm still learning every day. I don't know if I answered your question, but
it's a tricky one, not an easy one to answer. So last one then, are there any groups or masterminds or summits that you have got benefit from as an online course creator? Any places where you're going to learn more now?
I don't know about now. I would say that the two things that really marked the trajectory of Paintable was definitely to have that Mario Kart launching sequence. Still to this day, all our sequences rely on her step-by-step. So very powerful. So if you start a course, I would say definitely go check that out. And all the books from Russell Brunson. I'm actually reading, I think it's the last one, the traffic something about Russell Brunson. And I want to read to get more traffic. And Russell Brunson for the webinars, the workshop, super interesting. The .com secrets and the expert secrets. And I think it was the traffic secret is the last one. Those are the two things that made the most impact, I think, on my business, but also all the different collaborators, my previous business partner, my team. There's so many pieces that comes into a business. I'm also part of the DC community right now, and I have 2 mastermind. So it's always great to have other people building other business and having their feedback. I think it's a big piece of it. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty that.
Nice, great. If people want to check out Paintable, where should they go?
So Paintable has many platforms that can be interesting for people depending on what they want, right? If they want to learn art, they can go check it out, thepaintable.cc, which is the website where we have blog articles. Also, we have artist features, free material for them to start. We have the Ultimate Beginner's Guide, which we give for free for people to start. The resource page, so everything that you need if you want to start. If you just want to see beautiful art, you can find us on Instagram, paintable.cc. We have an amazing Instagram with lots of great imagery there. You can follow me also. You can find me at davidb.insta. That's where I place my material. And if you do those, you'll find inspiration or tips and tricks about painting.
Awesome. So if you found this interview useful, please give us a review wherever you listen to it, and then come join the Advanced Online Course Creators group on Facebook, and you get early access to future interviews and support with growing your online course sales. Thank you very much, David.
You're welcome.